Good morning, and welcome to Redeemer Lutheran Church. I'm Pastor Gary Lodeholt. Let me make a frank admission. Sometimes pastors don't tell strangers what they do for a living. I don't do it on airplanes, for example. If I have to tell someone next to me that I am a pastor, what tends to happen is that the person is suddenly embarrassed because it's been ages since they have been to church and they don't know what to say, and we are stuck together for a couple of hours. Conversely, you can tell someone you are a pastor, and they ask what kind, and they are of a different flavor of faith, and then they want to spend the whole time of the flight discussing what they believe, what you believe, and the differences and similarities, who is right and who is wrong, and all I really want to do is read my book. One time my father handled this conundrum by telling the person he was an assurance salesman. He said assurance, but the person heard insurance and left him alone. This week we are looking at a few psalms that are fairly close together in the Bible that served as the basis and inspiration for some of the hymns we know and love. Yesterday we looked at Psalm 90. Today we want to consider Psalm 91. And one of the central themes of the psalm is the assurance we have in God. Psalm 91 seeks to teach us how to reassure someone else who is unsure about life and their faith. The psalm reflects a personal testimony of someone whose own experience makes a confession of faith that is both convincing and authentic. It begins by combining the intimacy of personal faith with an image of a majestic, transcendent God. For example, we hear words like my refuge, my fortress, my God, followed quickly by words like Most High and Almighty. The psalm seeks to assure us that the awesome power and presence of God is given to those who venture to dangerous places in God's name. Even there we have a safe place as God delivers us from snares and dangers. We are held under God's wings. As Jesus later says, like a hen collects and safeguards her chicks. Here are the words of Psalm 91. You who live in the shelter of the Most High, who abide in the shadow of the Almighty, will say to the Lord, my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. For he will deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with his pinions, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness is a shield and buckler. You will not fear the terror of the night, or the arrow that flies by day, or the pestilence that stalks in darkness, or the destruction that wastes at noonday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your side. You will only look with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked, because you have made the Lord your refuge, the Most High your dwelling place. No evil shall befall you, no scourge come near your tent. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. On their hands they will bear you up, so that you will not dash your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the adder. The young lion and the serpent you will trample underfoot. Those who love me I will deliver. I will protect those who know my name. When they call to me, I will answer them. I will be with them in trouble. I will rescue them and honor them. With long life I will satisfy them and show them my salvation. The psalm is a powerful reassurance for us that God is always with us, and we abide under God's protection. The psalm serves as a foundation for the much-loved hymn we call Eagle's Wings. With just the words of verse 1, you will see the connection. You who dwell in the shelter of the Lord, who abide in this shadow for life, Say to the Lord, my refuge, my rock in whom I trust. I think even the tune helps us understand the idea of the assurance we have in God. Honestly, the verses are difficult to sing with awkward timings, and the tune actually changes some from verse to verse to fit in the words. But when we reach the refrain, we are welcomed in like an old trusted friend, and we lean into God's arms every time. And he will raise you up on eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn, make you to shine like the sun, and hold you in the palm of his hand. It is the assurance we need. Thanks for watching, and remember to let this day belong to God.